Your soulmate has finally decided to reveal their shocking secret. They are responsible for the death of your my beloved child. Don't skip, stay till the end, because something huge is waiting. Your soulmate has finally reached the moment they have been avoiding for far too long. There is a secret buried beneath their silence, and it is connected to a loss from your past that changed you forever. They believe one decision they made long ago started a chain of events that led to that heartbreaking loss. But don't skip, because what they believe happened and what actually happened may be two completely different things. For all this time, they have carried the weight of that memory alone, afraid that if you ever discovered the truth, everything between you would change. Yet something has happened recently that has made staying silent impossible. They now know they must tell you everything, even if the confession changes the way you see them forever. But this is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Your soulmate knew something about your past before your connection became this deep. They recognized a detail, a name, and a moment you thought belonged only to your memories. That is why there were times when they suddenly became quiet around you. They wanted to speak, but they were terrified of what would happen next. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The shocking truth is that your soulmate never expected to become so emotionally connected to you. At first, they thought keeping their distance would protect both of you. But every time they tried to step away, something brought them back. Eventually, their feelings became stronger than the secret they were hiding. And now they are facing the question they have feared most. When you finally know everything, will you understand why they stayed silent? Now everything is about to change, because your soulmate recently discovered one missing piece of the story. For years, they believed they alone were responsible for what happened, but new information suggests someone else knew the complete truth from the beginning. Someone allowed your soulmate to carry that burden without revealing what actually happened. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because your soulmate is preparing to reveal not only their secret, but also what they have just discovered. And this final detail could completely change the meaning of your past. Don't skip, because the biggest revelation is still hidden. The reason your soulmate entered your life may be connected to that old event in a way neither of you ever understood. Something has shifted, and your soulmate can no longer pretend that the past will remain silent. The truth they recently discovered has shaken everything they believed for years. Don't skip, because this is where their secret becomes even more surprising. They always thought one decision from their past made them responsible for the loss that changed your life, but now they have discovered that someone else quietly changed the course of that moment. Your soulmate was never given the complete story. They carried the blame because they believed there was no other explanation. But now a forgotten detail has returned, and it proves that the story you both believed may have been incomplete from the beginning. What makes this even more emotional is that they almost told you several times. There were moments when they looked at you and wanted to reveal everything, but the fear of losing your trust stopped them. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They wondered whether you would understand their silence or simply walk away after hearing the truth. Yet their feelings kept growing, and eventually they realized something powerful. They could not build a future with you while hiding a piece of your past. That is why their behavior may suddenly feel different. They are preparing themselves for one conversation that could change everything between you. But before that conversation happens, they need to understand one final mystery themselves. And this is where the biggest twist begins to appear. The person who knew the missing truth left behind something your soulmate never expected to find. It contains a detail connected directly to the event they have blamed themselves for all these years. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because this detail suggests your soulmate's role was completely different from what they believed. Their secret is still real, but the meaning behind it is changing fast. And when they finally reveal what they found, you may discover that their arrival in your life was connected to something much deeper than coincidence. The next piece of this story explains why they recognized your past before you ever told them about it, and that revelation could change everything. What your soulmate discovered next made them question every memory they had carried for years. Don't skip, because the missing detail was connected to you long before they ever became part of your life. They found proof that the person at the center of that old event had once mentioned your name. That single discovery changed everything. Suddenly, your soulmate understood why certain memories had always felt incomplete and why meeting you created such an unexplainable feeling of recognition. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They had spent years believing their past decision caused your loss, but now they were beginning to realize that someone had deliberately allowed them to believe that version of the story. Then came the revelation they were completely unprepared for. Hidden within that forgotten piece of the past was a message explaining that your soulmate's decision was not the true reason everything changed. There had been another choice made afterward, one your soulmate never knew about. And this is why they became silent whenever you spoke about your past. They were carrying responsibility for something they never fully understood. Don't skip, because their confession is becoming much bigger than admitting an old secret. They now want to show you what they discovered, because for the first time, they have something that could finally explain why your stories became connected. The person they feared you would never forgive may actually have been carrying the wrong burden all along. But one mystery still remains, and it may be the most unbelievable part of everything. Your soulmate discovered that the hidden message was meant to reach you someday. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because your soulmate may never have been meant to hide this truth forever. Somehow, the past placed something in their hands that was always supposed to return to you. And now they are standing between two choices: remain silent and protect what you have together, or reveal everything and risk changing your connection forever. Don't skip, because what they choose next will reveal why they came into your life, and the final secret behind that old loss is closer than you think. Tonight, the silence around your soulmate is finally beginning to break. They have reached the point where hiding what they know feels heavier than revealing it. Don't skip, because the message they discovered contains one sentence that changes the entire meaning of the past. For years, they believed their decision was responsible for the loss that changed your life, but the message reveals that another decision was made after theirs, without their knowledge. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate suddenly understands that they were connected to the story, but not in the way they feared. And there is one more detail. The person who left that message apparently knew that one day the truth would find its way back to you. Now your soulmate is preparing to place everything in front of you. No more incomplete explanations. No more mysterious silence. But there is something they still cannot understand: Why was your name connected to that message before the two of you became close? Don't skip, because this question leads directly toward the revelation they have been searching for. They went back through every detail they could remember, and suddenly one forgotten conversation returned to them. A few words that seemed meaningless years ago now make perfect sense. Someone had known your paths could eventually cross. Your soulmate thought meeting you was pure coincidence, but after discovering this connection, they can no longer look at your story the same way. Something huge is waiting for you, because the truth is pointing toward one final secret. And then comes the detail your soulmate was never expecting to uncover. The message was not only explaining what happened in the past, it was protecting a truth that could only make sense once your soulmate found you. Stay till the end, because the next revelation changes everything again. Your soulmate now realizes that confessing their secret is not simply about clearing their conscience. It is about giving you the missing piece of a story you have carried for years. Don't skip. They are finally ready to reveal what they did, what happened afterward, and why they believed they were responsible for so long. But just before they tell you everything, they discover one final clue hidden within the message, and that clue reveals who truly knew the complete story from the very beginning. The final clue changes everything your soulmate thought they understood. Don't skip, because the person who knew the complete story was someone neither of you would have expected. Your soulmate suddenly realizes why certain details never matched and why they spent so long carrying responsibility that was never completely theirs. The old message reveals that their decision was only one small piece of a much larger sequence of events. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. For the first time, your soulmate can finally separate what they actually did from what they spent years believing they had caused. And that realization gives them the courage to stop hiding. But there is still one truth they know you deserve to hear directly from them. Your soulmate is ready to admit that they knew about the connection to your past much earlier than they ever told you. Don't skip, because this is the confession they feared would change your feelings forever. They stayed silent because they wanted to understand the complete story before bringing an unfinished truth into your life. Yet the closer they became to you, the harder that silence became. Every meaningful conversation reminded them that eventually they would have to choose between protecting the secret and being completely open with you. Now that choice has been made. Something huge is waiting for you, because they are no longer planning to disappear from the truth. And now the moment everything has been building toward is almost here. Stay till the end, because your soulmate has finally decided that you will hear the entire story, the decision they made, what happened afterward, who kept the missing information hidden, and why your name appeared in a message created long before your connection became what it is today. Don't skip. The most surprising revelation is not simply that your soulmate carried this secret. It is that the truth they feared would separate you may finally explain why your lives crossed in the first place. And when they reveal the last missing detail, you will understand that the secret was never only about what happened in the past. It was about what the past was trying to bring back to you. Now the truth is standing closer than ever, and your soulmate knows there is no turning back. Don't skip, because the final detail they uncovered completely changed what they were preparing to tell you. For years, they believed their past choice had created the loss that became one of the deepest turning points in your story. But the missing evidence reveals something astonishing. their decision actually happened before another unseen choice changed everything. Your soulmate had been blaming themselves for the ending without ever knowing what happened in between. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The moment they understood this, years of unanswered questions suddenly began connecting. Then another realization hit them even harder. Your soulmate finally understood why your name appeared in that old message. It was not there by accident, and it was not a prediction of your relationship. It was there because something important was supposed to reach you, but never did. Don't skip, because your soulmate may now be holding the missing truth that was meant for you all along. This is why they are determined to speak. They know silence cannot protect either of you anymore. They want you to hear everything exactly as it happened, including the part that makes them vulnerable. They knew there was a connection to you, but they were terrified to reveal it until they understood what it truly meant. And just when your soulmate believes the mystery is finally complete, one last discovery appears. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because hidden behind everything they uncovered is a detail about the person who kept the truth secret. That person had a reason for allowing your soulmate to carry the blame, and the reason was connected directly to what was supposed to reach you. Don't skip, because your soulmate is about to reveal the secret they once believed could separate you forever. But now they realize the confession may do the opposite. It may finally unlock the unanswered question that has followed both of you for years. And the next truth explains exactly why that missing message never reached you when it was supposed to. A truth that waited years to surface is finally beginning to reveal itself, and your soulmate is realizing that the missing message was never forgotten by accident. Don't skip, because someone made a deliberate choice to keep it from reaching you. Not because the message contained something meant to frighten you, but because it exposed a truth that would have changed how everyone understood that old event. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate has now discovered that the person who kept the message hidden knew they were carrying the blame. They could have corrected the story long ago, yet they remained silent. And the reason behind that silence is the one thing your soulmate never imagined they would uncover. Everything becomes even more emotional when your soulmate realizes what the message was actually trying to give you. It was not simply an explanation of the past. It contained words meant specifically for you, words that could have answered questions you carried for years. Don't skip, because this is the moment your soulmate understands their real connection to your story. They were never supposed to carry this secret forever. Somehow, they became the person holding the missing piece that belonged to you. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because they are now preparing to return that truth exactly where it belongs. And for the first time, they are no longer thinking about whether revealing everything will make you leave. They are thinking about what keeping it hidden would take away from you. But there is one final shock buried beneath all of this. Your soulmate has discovered why the truth was hidden, and that reason changes the entire story again. Don't skip. The person who remained silent was protecting another secret, one connected to the exact moment your soulmate believed they became responsible for your loss. Suddenly, every strange detail begins fitting together. Your soulmate finally knows what happened before their decision, what happened afterward, and why they were allowed to believe the worst about themselves. Something huge is waiting for you, because they are now ready to tell you the one sentence they have feared saying from the beginning. And once those words are spoken, the mystery surrounding your past will never look the same again. The moment your soulmate has feared is finally here, and the first words of their confession will change everything you thought you understood. Don't skip, because they are no longer going to hide behind half-truths or unanswered questions. They are ready to admit that years ago, they made a choice connected to the event that changed your life, and for a long time they believed that choice made them responsible for your loss. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The truth they recently uncovered proves that another decision happened afterward, one they never knew about. Suddenly, the burden they carried begins to look completely different, and the secret that terrified them for years is finally opening into a much bigger truth. But then your soulmate reveals the part they have been most afraid to say. They knew there was a connection between you and their past before they ever became this close to you. Don't skip, because they did not stay near you to hide something or manipulate your feelings. They stayed because, somewhere along the way, the connection became real. They tried to distance themselves, but every conversation made walking away harder. And once they discovered the message that was originally meant for you, they understood that disappearing would only leave the truth buried again. Something huge is waiting for you, because inside that message is the answer to a question your soulmate never expected to solve: why someone allowed them to believe they were responsible for so long. And now comes the revelation that turns the entire story around. Stay till the end, because the hidden truth shows that your soulmate's choice was not the final cause they had always believed it was. Someone else knew the missing details and stayed silent to protect a secret of their own. Don't skip, because your soulmate is about to place that final piece in your hands. They are ready for whatever happens afterward, because they finally understand that you deserve the complete truth more than they deserve the comfort of silence. But there is still one last line in that old message they have not revealed, and those few words explain why your name was there from the very beginning. Something huge is waiting for you, because once that line is revealed, everything changes. Now that final line is about to be revealed, and your soulmate can barely believe what it means. Don't skip, because those few words were written specifically for the moment when the truth finally reached you. The message makes one thing clear: your soulmate was never meant to carry the entire burden of that old event. Someone knew they would blame themselves, yet chose silence because revealing everything would have exposed another hidden decision. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate has spent years believing they were responsible for the loss that changed your life, but now they finally understand that they were only seeing one piece of a much larger story. Then comes the detail that leaves them completely speechless. Your name was included because the truth was always supposed to reach you when the missing pieces could finally be understood together. Don't skip, because this explains why your soulmate felt such an overwhelming need to uncover everything before speaking. They were terrified that revealing only half the story would create more questions than answers. Now they have the complete sequence. What they chose, what happened afterward, who remained silent, and why that silence lasted so long. Something huge is waiting for you, because your soulmate is finally ready to stop carrying a story that was never entirely theirs to carry. But just before everything seems settled, one final realization changes the meaning of their confession. Stay till the end, because your soulmate understands that telling you the truth is not about asking you to erase the past or instantly forgive their silence. It is about giving you the missing piece and allowing you to decide what it means. Don't skip. They are ready to tell you exactly what they knew, exactly when they discovered your connection, and exactly why they waited. Yet there is still one question they cannot answer. Why did the person who hid the truth believe this exact moment would eventually arrive? Something huge is waiting for you, because the answer to that question is hidden in the final part of the message, and your soulmate has just discovered what it says. The final words of that message have changed everything your soulmate believed about the past. Don't skip, because this is the revelation they were never prepared to find. The message explains that the truth was hidden until every missing detail could be understood together. Your soulmate finally sees that the decision they blamed themselves for was not the complete reason behind your loss. Another choice followed it, another person knew about it, and years of silence allowed your soulmate to carry a burden that was never entirely theirs. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They are finally ready to stop running from that memory and tell you exactly what happened. But there is something even deeper behind their confession. Your soulmate now understands why meeting you affected them so strongly from the beginning. It was not because they knew how your story would unfold. It was because your presence brought back questions they had spent years trying to bury. Don't skip, because instead of disappearing, they chose to search for the complete truth. And what they found changed them. They discovered that being honest with you matters more than protecting the version of themselves they wanted you to see. Something huge is waiting for you, because they are about to place every missing piece in front of you without asking you to react a certain way. For the first time, the choice of what happens next will completely belong to you. And now the secret finally reaches its turning point. Your soulmate will tell you that they were connected to the event, that they carried responsibility for years, and that they later discovered the outcome was shaped by circumstances they never knew existed. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because the most powerful revelation is what comes after the confession. They are not revealing this because they expect the past to disappear. They are revealing it because they refuse to build anything meaningful with you on silence. The secret that once made them fear losing you has finally become the truth they are willing to face. And just when you think everything has been revealed, one unanswered detail remains, something your soulmate found beside the original message that could explain who wanted you to discover the truth, and why it had to reach you now. Something your soulmate found beside that message has completely changed the direction of this mystery. Don't skip, because it was not another long explanation. It was one small detail carrying enormous meaning. A date, a familiar name, and a short sentence that connected the past directly to the moment your soulmate entered your life. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. For years, they believed they were simply carrying the consequences of one terrible decision, but now they understand there was information deliberately kept beyond their reach. And the strangest part is that whoever preserved this final clue seemed certain that someday your soulmate would understand exactly who needed to receive it. Then your soulmate notices something they somehow overlooked before. The date written beside your name matches a turning point they remember clearly, a moment when they almost chose a completely different direction for their life. Don't skip, because suddenly your meeting no longer feels like an ordinary coincidence to them. They begin replaying your earliest conversations, remembering how strangely familiar certain details sounded. Yet they refuse to make assumptions. They want facts, because after carrying the wrong conclusion for so long, they will not bring another incomplete story to you. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because when they compare the final clue with everything else they discovered, one hidden connection becomes impossible to ignore. And now your soulmate knows what must happen next. They have to reveal everything without changing a single detail to protect themselves. Don't skip, because the confession they once feared has become the only path toward the truth. They are ready to explain their original decision, the missing event that followed, the person who remained silent, and the message that was always supposed to reach you. But just as they believe they finally understand the entire story, they notice something written beneath that familiar name, something so unexpected that they read it again and again. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Those final words suggest that the greatest secret was never why your soulmate carried the blame. The greatest secret is why someone wanted the two of you to discover the truth together. The words beneath that familiar name reveal something your soulmate never expected. The truth was meant to be understood only when both of your stories finally crossed. Don't skip, because suddenly every strange coincidence, every unanswered question, and every moment of hesitation begins connecting. Your soulmate realizes that the secret they carried was never the complete story. They had blamed themselves for years because they only knew what happened before the final decision was made. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The missing message reveals that another person knew exactly what happened afterward, and they preserved the truth instead of revealing it immediately. Now your soulmate finally understands why that old burden always felt like a story with pages missing. But the most surprising revelation is still ahead. Your soulmate discovers that the person who preserved the message did not expect them to simply hand you an explanation. They wanted your soulmate to find the complete truth first. Don't skip, because this changes the meaning of everything your soulmate has done recently. Their questions, their silence, and their determination to revisit the past were leading toward this exact moment. They now know enough to tell you what was their responsibility and what was beyond their knowledge. Something huge is waiting for you, because they are finally ready to look at you without hiding behind fear and say the words they once believed they would never have the courage to say. There is something about your past that I should have told you much sooner. And when those words are finally spoken, your soulmate will not know what happens next. Stay till the end, because this is where the secret becomes a choice between you rather than a shadow between you. They will reveal what they knew, what they misunderstood, and what they discovered after meeting you. Don't skip. They will also reveal the final clue that explains why your name appeared in that message long before either of you understood the connection. But there is one last detail they have kept separate until now, a detail so unexpected that it could completely change how you interpret their first meeting with you. Something huge is waiting for you, because your soulmate has finally remembered exactly where they saw your name for the very first time. The place where your soulmate first saw your name is the detail they have been afraid to reveal. Don't skip, because it happened long before your connection became meaningful, inside something they believed had nothing to do with their future. Your name appeared beside a short note connected to that old event, and at the time, they barely understood its importance. But when they eventually met you and heard pieces of your story, that forgotten name suddenly returned to their mind. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. That was the moment your soulmate realized the past they had spent years trying to leave behind had somehow reached the person standing directly in front of them. What happened next explains why they sometimes seemed unusually quiet around you. Your soulmate secretly returned to everything they remembered, searching for an answer before telling you anything incomplete. Don't skip, because they discovered that your name had not been written there randomly. It was connected to something that was supposed to reach you after the truth became clear. This is what frightened them most. They wondered whether becoming close to you was unfair while carrying information you did not have. Yet walking away without explaining anything felt even worse. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because they eventually realized there was only one choice left: uncover every missing piece and give you the truth without deciding for you what that truth should mean. And now your soulmate has found the detail that finally completes that old note. Don't skip, because beside your name was a second name they had never understood until now. After comparing it with the hidden message, they finally recognized who that person was, and suddenly years of confusion began falling into place. This was the person who knew what happened after your soulmate's decision. The person who could have revealed the missing truth much earlier. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate is closer than ever to explaining why they believed they were responsible for your loss, but the second name introduces one final question: why did this person connect your name and your soulmate's name in the same secret? The answer is about to expose the last hidden layer of the story.